It's just a rule, dude. You don't rat people out. Everybody knows that, but you have to teach a kid that, okay? Well, guess what, dude? You want to know what another hard and fast rule is? Exactly the same as that when you're grown-ups, is if you're going to get into the fight business and you're going to be promoting fights, you don't f***ing sue people over shit they do promoting a fight. If this is strategy to put Dillon in a financial situation where he has to show up to fight, then every single thing that I just said, I take it back. As long as they're going to drop the lawsuit regardless of what happens in the fight, then yes, I take all of that back. So we got to see a clip of Andrew Tate and Dillon Danis meeting yesterday, and Dillon Danis is outlining for Andrew Tate what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to this fight and his legal battle with Nina Agdal. And when I actually watched this and the reality of this set in, this really bothers me. I find it very distressing. I don't know how else to say it, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Because what Dillon is having to deal with is completely asymmetrical to what he did. And candidly, this is Logan Paul's fault. That's your girl, dude. You can't what are you doing? Right? What are you doing? As far as I'm concerned, he needs to get this under control. Logan Paul does. So we'll get into the details of that. Also, in the same vein of girl going after guy in ways that don't seem okay, Dan Hooker went on Twitter and attacked Jake Shields for making a statement that is absolutely common sense, and it seems very bizarre to me. You know, something along the lines of Jake Shields being like, hey, you know, if a girl gets exposed as having reported a sexual assault that didn't actually happen, she should be prosecuted for that. Something along the lines of that. Like, basically, if you destroy a guy's life and he was totally innocent, like, there should be repercussions for the girl. And Dan Hooker was like, geez, man, look at you being a grape apologist. What are you talking about, dude? Anyway, so that's what we're going to be talking about today, right? Those two topics. So buckle in, and then if we have time, I'm probably going to preview part of what will ultimately be an uncensored version of this video where I also talk about the Russell Brand stuff and some incredible developments when it comes to that story and so on. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Go ahead and just click subscribe one time. 80% of the people who watch my content are subscribed. That means that 80% of people are, you know, handshaking it with me and hitting subscribe, and 20% aren't. Don't be one of the weirdos in the minority. Anyway, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's jump over here and watch this clip, and then we'll run through what we're talking about.
That's where I'm at right now. I think he doesn't want to fight me. I think he's just trying to get me to pull out somehow, so then he looks like the hero, you know? I don't know. It's bullshit. Because this is all going through him, you know? Even if I win the case, right, I still have to pay over $400,000 in just attorney fees, lawyer fees. So it's like just bullshit. When I'm promoting a fight, this is the biggest fight he's ever done, or event he's ever done, and I made the whole event. Like, it's just bullshit, man.
Well, you did make the event interesting. I'll give you that.
Are you guys still gonna fight?
Yeah, we're supposed to, yeah. But like, what's the point in this? Like, I'm getting another lawsuit every single day. I have to go to the gym. I got guys waiting at the gym trying to serve me papers. I can't even go to the gym. Now they talk apartment, and I'm trying to get swatted all the time. Like,
okay, so yeah, so he's getting swatted. Now I will say this to Dillon, that sounded like you're wavering on whether you're going to the fight. I cannot stress this enough, dude. If you win this fight, $400,000 will be money that you would wipe your with. Okay, if you win this fight, you're going to get so much money it's going to be ludicrous. Do not, under any circumstances, pull out of this fight. Do not. Just win. Deal with whatever you have to do when you're training. Just win. So going back to the topic at hand, which is that now Dillon is having to deal with $400,000 in legal fees. Okay. So here's the reality of this situation, dude. Here's the reality of the situation. Dillon went hard on Nina for a couple weeks, being like, look at all these dudes she's dated. Check out all these dudes that she's dated. That whole thing is already petered out. It was hot for a couple weeks, as everyone knew it was going to be. Ha ha ha, Nina Agdal is a skeezer. They waited it out, dude. Literally, like Logan and Nina, it's over. No one even cares anymore. Okay? No one even cares. It was just good fight promotion. Do you really think that if Logan and Nina get married, that people are still going to be talking about this in a year? They're all, man, he married that hoochie. No one cares, dude. It's just good fight promotion. Okay? So the damage to your reputation is non-existent. It was temporary. Now, again, if she's his girlfriend, then that's one thing, right? Like, that's one thing. It's kind of like, it's his girlfriend. Like, you could still say control your bitch, dude. If it's your girlfriend. Your fiance, that's on you, dude. That's on you. You guys are going to get legally married. She's your fiance. You did a whole thing. You put a ring on her on camera. You are responsible for that girl. You're allowing her to sue Dillon Danis over posting shit on Twitter? What are you doing, dude? What the fuck are you doing? Lawsuits? Lawsuits. Really. So here's how I look at this also. So you know how like if you're in high school or middle school, whatever, like this, I literally teach this to my daughters, okay? Like I have kids that are in elementary school who primarily only overhear me telling this to my 6th grade daughter, where I'm like, listen, these are hard and fast rules. You see something really serious, then this is outside of this. But you don't ever narc people out at school. Don't ever tell on people. Never. You see someone like, oh, this person did this, and the teachers are looking for the person who did it. Do not get involved. You do not tell on people, especially if they're people that you're friends with. You don't tell on people, okay? Even if you don't agree with what they did, you don't tell on people because it's something you do not do. You don't get involved. It's just a rule, dude. You don't rat people out. Everybody knows that, but you have to teach a kid that, okay? Well, guess what? You want to know what another hard and fast rule is? Exactly the same as that when you're grown-ups, is if you're going to get into the fight business and you're going to be promoting fights, you don't fucking sue people over shit that they do promoting a fight. You made a public spectacle of yourself getting engaged to this girl, a huge spectacle, which is fine, dude. She's a dime piece. Good for you. Marry her. I'm not one of these, don't marry, whatever. I don't care what you do, dude. Marry her. But you can't let this girl fucking sue Dillon when he's trying to train for a fight against you, crack him for $500,000. He doesn't have money like that. Well, I mean, actually, I don't know his money. It's actually irrelevant, dude. It's actually not relevant. You get to fight him, dude. You get to fight him. You get to defend your girl's honor. You get to go right this wrong. You get to go in the ring in front of everybody and beat his ass. And now you're going to let her sue him, distract him from training, and potentially he pulls out of the fight. If he pulls out of the fight, that'll be on him. And that means he was more worried about his girl, appeasing his girl. Let her, sue him, dude. Go ahead, Nina. Yeah, he really insulted you. Sue him. And at the expense of you getting to punch him in the face in front of the entire world. What the fuck's wrong with you? Tell her to fucking pull that shit back. Go whip his ass. Let him know that if he posts X, Y, Z, then you'll sue him. If you're worried about him posting pornography or whatever, then just put that on the table and be like, dude, she will sue you again if you do this, or this. But if he has to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars defending against what he's done already, that shit's already over. All he did is promote the fight. Seriously, you get to beat his ass in front of everybody. Why the f*** are you having lawsuits? Go break his face in front of the entire world. Isn't that 1,000 times better than her taking him to court? Dude, it's not me. It's my girl. It's your fiance. You guys are going to be one person. That's on you. Now, one thing that I would be remiss if I did not mention is that if this is strategy to put Dillon in a financial situation where he has to show up to fight, then every single thing that I just said, I take it back. Every single thing, I take it all back, because that would be super gangster. I've said it before. I'll say it again. So it's not like Logan cares about what I think, but I just want everyone who watches this to understand that as I just lit Logan up for allowing Nina to sue him, I want to say that if this is a Machiavellian move to put Dillon in financial strife, so he has to show up. You talked all this shit about my fiance, dude. There is no way that you're going to not show up and let me smash your face in. If that's what they're doing, and they intend to retract the lawsuit, then boom, I take it back. That's awesome. But I have no way of knowing that. So if he's really suing him, he's just letting her sue him for the reason that everything I've just said stands. If it's actually Machiavellian strategy to get him in financial trouble so he has to show up to fight because he talked all this trash about his fiance, then I take it back. Then that's amazing. Anyway, moving on to the next portion of this video is this. Okay. So let me move this over real quick. Oh God, what am I doing here? All right, so hopefully I remember to edit this, because if not, this is going to look sloppy. All right, So stage 2 of this video is this. So Jake Shields, in response to the extraordinarily disturbing information that's come out about the Russell Brand thing, where, I don't know if you guys heard this yet, but the UK Parliament is actually responsible for the demonetization of Russell Brand because Rumble actually exposed the letter that they sent to them where they said, we hope that you're not a part of any form of monetization or financial gain that Russell might be making on his it's like, it's so crazy. That actually happened. So Rumble was like, we got this letter from, the day after YouTube demonetized him. So obviously YouTube got the same letter from the UK government and they demonetized him. Okay? Which is way worse than what I thought. I just thought it was like BlackRock or something. And they're like, we're just not going to advertise with you. The UK government? Like, do you guys not see what's going on here? Sorry, that's going to be for the later half of the video. Okay, so there is every reason to think that these assault charges are, suspicious to say the least, right? Suspicious to say the least. And so Jake Shields says the following. Actually, let's just go to his post real quick. He says, grape is one of the most disgusting, egregious things a man could do. Falsely accusing a man of grape is one of the most disgusting, egregious things a woman can do. Recently, there have been so many false allegations that we have no idea who to believe. This hurts women. Making it harder for them to come forward and be believed. The only solution is to start handing out long prison sentences for the false accusers. So just to summarize that, he's saying, hey, if a person comes out and falsely accuses a man of assault, then they should be given a prison sentence. Since if they were successful in that false accusation, the guy would go to jail, And the idea that this is not a real problem. Have you guys seen the case where the girl who got a DUI said that the state trooper pulled over and spent 30 minutes in the back seat holding her down and, you fucking like it? You like it? Okay. Oh, unfortunately for her, dash cam was on the entire time and she completely made it up. A 100% lie. A lie because she was mad that he gave her a DUI when she was wasted driving. Okay? What would have happened to that guy if there wasn't the camera? I'm seriously asking, what do you think would have happened? Okay? In today's environment, what do you think would have happened? Who would they have believed? This girl who was like, I just wanted him to stop. He wouldn't stop. And I thought he was going to kill me. And he just kept going and going. I told him it hurt. It hurts. It hurts. Or the officer that's like, this never happened. I did not do this. I didn't do this. This didn't happen. They would have thrown his ass in prison for 50 fucking years. Okay? You want to know what happened when they discovered that she was lying? Nothing. How is that not equivalent to attempted murder? Riddle me that. So if her accusation goes through, he goes to prison for the rest of his life, and yet when they discover that she completely fabricated in nothing but pure maliciousness, nothing. Interesting, right? And so when Jake Shields brings this up and says, hey, man, they were really hurting, we're hurting real victims, Dan Hooker is like, wow, what a strange hill to die on, man. How is that a strange hill to die on, dude? Did you read his post? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What about that is a strange hill to die on? And he just got absolutely massacred in the responses. This is like a biblical ratio. Every single person is like, what are you talking? Let's get this girl. I hate Jake Shields as much as the next woman, but what are you arguing about on this one? He's not dying on a hill. He's just stating a fact. You don't think people should be punished for trying to ruin someone else's life. What's wrong with what he said? So on, what's wrong with what he said? Actually, he's spot on. I have a hard time figuring out what part you'd actually disagree with. Here we go. Here's his one supporter. Let's see what she said. What we're having a hard time on is that false allegations are less than 10%, meaning 90% of the time men grape. This is a grape apologist post, as false accusations aren't rampant. Oh, really? Well, speaking of people who didn't read the post, what he actually said was, false accusations are making it to where real accusers are not to be believed. That was his entire point, you fucking idiot. Okay? So she said, this fucking idiot, right? This idiot, whoever this person is, okay? Oh my God, here we go. Genius. This person has 17,000 followers. Folk dude, let's go bowling. Anyway, bottom line is this, dude. Okay? Bottom line is this. You just said 90% of the time they're real. Okay, first of all, I have no idea how you'd be able to verify that, but let's just assume that your statistic is accurate, right? So in your statistic, 10% of the time, it's an outright lie. Okay, so what do you think that's going to do to the other 90%? If 1 out of 10 of the times it's a stone lie, then what's that going to do to the people who are responsible for believing the victims? His point is 100% valid. You're agreeing with him if you were smart enough to know how to interpret data. Fucking moron. God, dude, what is wrong with people? I don't understand. Why do you have to make me do this? Okay? This is not rocket science. Take it back, Dan Hangman. Okay? It is a hill to die on. 100%. We are the ones worried about the actual victims, as well as dudes who are having their lives destroyed for no reason. You think you're above that, dude? You think that could never happen to you? How about this? Hey, start publicly saying that you think that the jab has bad science behind it. I dare you, dude. I dare you, just as a litmus test, to say, I just really feel like they might have rushed the rollout of the jab. And it seems like, when people start dropping dead of heart attacks, you got to start asking some serious questions. Just start saying that over and over, and then see how fast someone from your past is like, the Dan Hooker, he held me down and I didn't want it. And then and then you go in with this tattoo on your chest. You're all, I didn't do it, dude. I did not do this. They're all, yeah, you did. No, I didn't, bro. I did not assault that girl. I didn't do it. You're like, well, your tattoos say different, dude. I look at that tattoo. You know what I see? Every one of those swords is another girl he assaulted. That's code in his cult of assaulting girls. Good luck, dude. You'd be butt naked trying to defend against that. So take it back, dude. Go read Jake Shields' post again, rethink it, and then go, you're right. What he said is common sense, right? Common sense. All right. So now we're going to get to the uncensored version of this, or the longer uncensored version of this video, which is going to go in members only. And we're going to talk about this Russell Brand thing. So Russell Brand has now officially had the UK government going after his monetization. They've canceled every one of his shows. They've shut down his tour. He got fired by his management. All of that. And why exactly? Because of stories told by 4 girls, all of which had long-term sexual relationships with Russell Brand. So here's what I want to pose to everyone. If someone went into your past, partners, right? Like they went all the way back to the beginning and they start asking every girl that you've ever had a long-term sexual relationship with, all kinds of invasive, crazy questions. All right. Do you think there's anything that they might say that might be able to get misconstrued or painted into some kind of, well, one time, like he did, like he just kept asking. He just kept asking if he could put it somewhere I didn't want it. And I finally relented and it really, really hurt. Like it hurt. I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. Okay. But you consented. Yes, I wouldn't say like I was happy about it and it really hurt. I didn't like it. I did not want him to do it, but yes, he did it and it really, really hurt. Okay, so just to cut through the red tape. So basically you take that, put it into a newspaper, okay, what does that sound like? That sounds like assault, right? Sounds crystal clear, assault. Well, let me reframe that, right? So, hey, have you ever tried anal? I mean, yeah, I tried it with him. I didn't really like it. Really, what did you not like about it? It just hurt, to be honest. It wasn't enjoyable. I didn't like it. So why'd you do it? I don't know. He kept asking, and so I said fine, and I didn't like it. We did it once, and it was done. Weird. So one sounds like every person who's had a long-term relationship with someone, and the other one sounds like assault for the exact same thing. So when these people have it out for you, that's why you need to look very closely when it comes to Russell Brand and Andrew Tate or any of these people, and you're like, what reason would they have to go on this investigative nightmare where they're trying to paint them into a corner? Because it is so easy for them to do that, right? Has he ever choked you? Yeah, he choked me a lot. Really? Yeah, he really likes it. He likes to choke you. So like, was it hard for you to breathe? Yeah, it was hard for me to breathe. Very hard for me to breathe. I used to like almost pass out when he would do it. Oh, wow. So he sounds violent. Oh, no, I asked him to do it. Oh, you asked him to do it? Yeah, I asked him to do it. It was actually for me. I asked him to do it. Okay. But let me just make clear, he was choking you until you almost passed out while he was inside you. Yeah, He is a big sexual violence guy, would choke her while he was inside of her until she almost passed out. Was there any more context? Oh, yeah, I mean, technically she said that she asked him to do it, but we just left that out. You left that out. Yeah, we left that out. So she asked him to do that. It's not even something he likes doing, and you left that out. Yeah, we left that out. Okay. Anything else you guys could think of? Just think of literally any kind of like experimentation that you've ever done with a girl and they can misconstrue. I mean, honestly, just think of anything that you've ever done. Did he ever go really fast and really hard? Oh, yeah. You know, he did. He used to like hold me down and fucking. They can literally take any story and jam it into something like that when the accusers are anonymous. These girls are not filing complaints. Do you understand? Like, I feel like that is getting lost in translation. These girls are not filing complaints. There is no complaint here, okay? They have not made a police report. They have not filed a complaint. These are journalists who interviewed people, and they said they wanted to remain anonymous, and so they are taking those things and painting them as assault. There's no assault charge. There's no police report. There is no one trying to say that anyone did anything here where they want something else to happen. There's no lawsuits. There's no nothing. These are just journalists who got girls to say things that they are then using to destroy his life. And if that's not concerning to you, I don't know what to tell you. If it's not concerning you, wake the fuck up, dude. Dan Hooker.